Cardi B thinks we're stupid. Let's see what this is about. I'm Alex the Virgo. This is my second live channel. Make sure you like and subscribe. Let's get straight to it.
What's poppin', y'all? Cardi B just came out with her newest album, I Am the Drama, or Am I the Drama, actually. And this is the first album in 7 years. This is her second album ever. And in the lead up to this, I've given her a lot of praise on my second channel where I've covered a lot more of this. Can't really upload on there now. Had to come here. You're probably going to see my face a little bit more here because they hit me with some ridiculous community guideline strike that I got to get handled. But listen, you don't care about that. But that's the reason why I'm here. So, in the midst of that, she's been doing a ton of rolling out, and I really like how, like, they've got Walmart involved in this, they've got DoorDash involved in this, they've got a lot of big collaborations that they've done with her to roll this album out, and I like it. I like what she's done. However, she did a couple of things, and the way that it's being received by fans of hers in particular, I don't like it. And
Also, side note, the album so far, from what I've heard, I heard a couple of songs on it. We reacted to one or two of them here. It's actually pretty good. I think it's better. It's better than a lot of the rap albums we've gotten this year for sure.
had to call it out. So one of the things that she did was she added WAP with Megan Thee Stallion on the album. And that song is from 2020. Yes, you heard me correctly. 2020. And the reason why they did this, and I knew this was going to be like promotional material, is for it to go platinum in one day, or like, oh, the fastest album to go double platinum or triple platinum. It's promotional material. Like, if you make something seem like it's hot, people are going to check it out at the very least. And that's exactly what they did. So one of the accounts, Updates of Cardi, said Cardi B's Am I the Drama surpasses Drake's Scorpion 2018, becoming the fastest album to ever be certified RIAA platinum. And this is quite disgusting. And I quote tweeted this, and it's disgusting to me, but I also have like this smirk of appreciation because I know what they're doing. And
how is that disgusting? I don't understand how that's disgusting. That's just good marketing. It's no different than this. It's no different than if we go to your channel, and yeah, it may be inflating the stats a little bit or overexerting it, but it's no different than you making a bunch of oh, it's not on this channel, but it's other channel. But it's no different than you over exaggerating a situation to make people seem worse than they are to get clicks. Like this right here. It's no different than that. So I don't see how you think that's disgusting unless you're going to call yourself disgusting too.
And it's working, and I'm contributing to it knowingly by addressing it because it just gets Am I the Drama more promotion, which I don't have a problem with Cardi B doing well. And I said Cardi B putting a 5-year-old hit song on this album got them comparing her to Drake. It's criminal. And a lot of other fans have been going back and forth with this. Keep in mind, the reason why I have an issue with this is not what Cardi B did. It's not what Cardi B's label did. It's not the promotional aspect of it. But the issue I have is when a good friend of ours, someone that we're all a fan of, someone whose music that we couldn't do without, that is not carried by features whatsoever, French Montana, when our favorite rapper, I gotta let go of the sarcasm.
It's like an off-brand Drake.
A little bit. I do like French Montana, so I don't want it to come off as I don't like him. But he gets hate when he does this because if you guys remember his last album, it sold like something like 15K first week or something like that. And even that, I think the numbers might have been a little bit juiced. He has dropped good projects, but what he did was he had Unforgettable on there. And people were like, what the hell is Unforgettable doing this? Not only do people not give him credit for having put Unforgettable together, which he did, but for his album Mac and Cheese 5, he put Unforgettable and it went gold or platinum or something in a day. That's what everybody was talking about. Actually, no. Now that I remember, it was Montana, the album, in 2019, and that's because he had 2 songs on it, and it wasn't it was not Unforgettable. It was No Stylist and Lockjaw, the song with Drake and the song with Kodak Black. Those were big songs, and it went gold in a couple of days. I think he had No Shopping on there too. Yeah, he had No Shopping and No Stylist, which were already huge songs, and then he had Writing on the Wall with Post Malone. But this album was dropped in 2018, and the reason why I'm saying we can give him a little bit of grace in comparison to Cardi B is because these songs were not 5 years old. Like, they were what, 2-3 years old. The album came out in 2019. Regardless, this tactic, people felt like, okay, come on, dog, like, what's going on here? Yet when Cardi B does it, it's all good all of a sudden.
Why are you like worried about Cardi? I get it. This is his job to talk, I guess, and stuff like that. But it's no different than like people saying Gunna snitched, but Young Thug didn't, or Young Thug he didn't do worse than what Gunna did apparently. Like, I get it. There's pick and choosies, but like, why you see is she black? Well, I guess she's Dominican. Close enough. You see, like, I just don't like when like a lot of men see women like being successful and thriving in a environment where they're not made to be successful and thrive unless they're like being a ladies man, no, a man's lady, where like they're pandering to a male audience, a male listenership. And the moment somebody like that who doesn't do that becomes successful, same thing as like with a Dochi, you just see a bunch of people hop on a wagon quick to hate her. So I feel like this situation is similar. Like people just got something to say about her because she's being successful and she's being tactical.
So come on now. We know Cardi B's not going, and Drake stans came out to defend him for this. So Real Almighty, Drake account said, or a Drake fan account said, Make-A-Wish achievements. This is like Drake putting God's plan on Iceman. And it's true. And this guy Z replied, and he said, Drake literally did this. And then he got harshly, not ratioed, but he got harshly fact-checked, and they said God's Plan came out in January 2018, and Scorpion came out 5 months later in June. This is quite standard. If you have a hit song, several months later, you drop the album, that makes sense, especially as the song is continuously going up. And if you look at...
And it's like, too, why are you arguing? Like, it's one thing to argue about this if, like, Cardi herself said it, but she didn't say her album went triple gold or platinum. So from what he's showing us in the video, it's not like she said this. This was just a random, like, fan account who, like, gives updates. So like it's like y'all niggas are arguing and disrespecting the other artists over what's a fan of that artist said, not the actual artist. Like this is so dumb.
When the music,
this is like a nigga, this is like an employee of Walgreens, like, yeah, nigga, Walgreens is better than CVS, and then a employee at CVS is like, fuck the whole Walgreens establishment. Like, what does Walgreens have to do with this? This is just a person. I don't get this. This is just broke. This is unemployed behavior is what I'm saying. This is unemployed behavior.
Music video for God's Plan came out as well. That was in February. So that's a month later. And the song kept going up. So this is 5 years ago. And that's what the account said. He said God's Plan came out in January and Scorpion came out 5 months later in June. Keep in mind, God's Plan music video came out February and it came out towards the end of February as well. And WAP came out in 2020 and is now being put on an album in 2025. Acting like that's the same thing is crazy. And Cardi B finally came out to address this, and she said the following, and this is straight cope on from her end, but I do like the fact that she addressed it.
Oh, so
she said this will be
she never even put it on an album. I'm sitting here thinking, oh yeah, because she only had one album. What the fuck? I could see, and it's like I could see if she dropped a bunch of albums in the past couple of years. And then like French Montana, he already dropped albums when he put those hit songs on, but she only dropped one album. This is her second album in 7 years. So of course she's going to want to put her hits, her biggest hits that lead up to the album on the album. I get it, it's a couple years later, but like it's not like she had albums before this that she was like she didn't put these songs on. These songs were on. There was no album to put it on. So she just had a bunch of hits. And it's no different than Michael Jackson dropping History, where it's a remix of certain songs and it's hits that he never turned into. Like, what the fuck? This is normal. Like, this is just good business. Why are niggas talking?
And this was a tweet and delete. This will be the last and only time I'm going to address this. WAP and Up are two of my biggest songs. My fans have been asking me to put them on an album. Stop the cap. And people have been asking you to drop an album since then because they thought an album was going to come in 2020 or 2021. But there's no way fans were telling her to put it on the album right now, 5 years later. That's not true. And people search for them on IOP all the time. They deserve...
Like, how would you know though? Are you a Cardi? You don't seem like the biggest Cardi B fan. You don't seem like you're up to date with Cardi B updates and what her fans are asking from her. How would you know that?
Deserve a home. There are plenty of singles that never got put on an album, and there's no issue with that. People know WAP. Like, that's a big song. Up is a big song too, but not as big. So they can just look up Up or WAP, and your name comes up, or they have the song saved. So there's not a struggle to find either of these songs, and they needed to be added to a project to make it easier to access. That's not true. That's cap.
It's no different than Taylor Swift dropping like an album of all her greatest hits. It's no different than that. It's no different than her dropping like an album with all her greatest hits to like get more money from a song that maybe she didn't make due to a bad deal. Like, I don't get it why people are complaining so much about artists like trying to survive the best way they can.
I let haters make me not submit WAP for the Grammys. I didn't know that. I think that's wrong on her behalf. Granted, she did already steal a Grammy in 2018, one of the most criminal Grammy thefts of all time. Even though people like that album, but
2018?
compared to the competition,
What
she
was the
shouldn't have even gotten
competition?
second, third, or third place. I do think
What
she
was
should
the
have had a
competition?
nomination that year. I don't have an issue with that. But the fact that she
2018
didn't submit WAP
Grammys
for the Grammys is like, why?
nomination.
I don't know how that worked, and I don't think that she felt that. But she was focused on family life at that time and being married, so maybe she didn't care too much for her music career, but hey, it is what it is. And at this point, I'm giving my fans what they want. That's not what her fans want. These two songs don't even count for first week sales. She's right there. So what are y'all even crying about? What we are crying about, what we're shedding tears over, what we are heartbroken over is when you do it is cool, but when French Montana does it, it's a scam. And
But like, why are y'all mad at her for that? I don't understand. Why are y'all mad at her for like the fans or whoever? Why aren't you mad at the fan? This is such a stupid take. This is just you guys wanting to project hate onto a woman because rap is a predominantly male sport. And whenever a newcomer comes that's indifferent from everybody else, they're always looking and picking apart everything they do because they want to see you fail. You know what I'm saying? Like Doechii can yell at somebody and tell them to give her an umbrella and talk a little bitchy, and they want to cancel her. But rappers can say, "I fuck this bitch," and be misogynistic to women. You know what I'm saying? Cheat on women, have kids they don't take care of, all types of stuff, and become kings. But if women to do half those, their thoughts and their you know what I'm saying? So this is stupid. You're complaining at her for how a system treats her. Be mad at the system. Why are you mad at the person who benefits from the system when they didn't choose to be in the system? They just were put here just like me and you. I don't get it. Like I just don't get what's the complaining. This is a stupid take.
it's fake, and he I don't know why he's doing that, and he's not even a feature on the song, so he gets a bunch of hate for doing it. But when you do it, it's cool.
And Cardi B's better than French Montana. I'm not saying in a rap sense, but just more in like a what the fuck is that? I'm not saying in like a rap sense, but at Loki she might. I don't know, but she's just a better hit maker. She's just more marketable. She's just better, like in general. So like, I don't get it why like French. I'm not saying French Montana's trash, and he's definitely stated like he has a spot in this game, and he has hits, but like
That's what we're crying over.
what
That's
can
what
you
I'm
do, man?
crying over. Other than that, I don't really have an issue. And
This
I'm
nigga's
also crying
crying
over
over
the
French
fact that it's
Montana.
cap and your fans didn't know. Your label did this because being able to say first day that your album went platinum already is creating a lot of FOMO in fans or casual listeners, because this is all about casual listeners. They're the ones that are going to listen to this. And there isn't much urgency for a casual listener to check out an album upon release, unless they're huge fans of the artist, but then they wouldn't be a casual listener. So a casual listener hears that, yo, this album went platinum already. It's already certified that it sold 1 million plus units. They're like, whoa, everybody's listening to this. Let me listen to it. And
It's like people want you to. I'm starting to realize you can't fully be a good business person and like fully play it by the rules. You gotta innovate. You gotta, I ain't gonna say sell your soul or do some backdoor slimy stuff to nobody, but you have to innovate. You have to trick the system a little bit. You have to play with perceptions. You have to play with images. You have to do stuff like that to win, especially with these algorithms and stuff. So it's like, what what did y'all want her to do? Did y'all want her to like? Did y'all want her to like not sell albums? Did y'all want her to not like? What did y'all want her to do? I don't get it. Yeah, I don't understand what y'all want Cardi to do. I'm confused.
then they'll listen to it, which will contribute to higher streams for the first week. If they just put it on there later, so it doesn't count towards the first week sales, of course, but it counts towards the promotion that will drive more
The
first week
sales.
streams and hopefully first week sales on Cardi B's behalf. So it's good promotional material, and that's why the label told her to put it on there. I wouldn't have an issue. And the thing is, if she wanted to put them on the album, she could drop them as a deluxe and just attach them a week later, right? And then the album can be certified. But at that point, the first week numbers will have already happened, and they wouldn't have gotten to squeeze out as much marketing as they could for this narrative that the album went platinum so quickly. And they need that. They need a
Right.
strong narrative for Cardi B coming back after 8 years when her last album shattered who knows how many records.
True
And
that.
in
It
a
was
market
really
right
big.
now and in an industry right now where people are notoriously selling far less than usual, there isn't less consumption because the streams are really high. But when you adjust streams for actual sales, it ends up looking a lot lower. And she says, do you say anything when all those artists pull out all their little tricks and ponies to sell out? Yes, we do. We
No,
do it
yeah, I
all the time.
don't.
Here, at least. Exactly. Now,
Not with Drake. Y'all don't do it with Drake. Y'all don't do it with Drake. Y'all didn't do it with Kendrick. Y'all don't do it with Taylor Swift. Y'all don't do it with any other big artist because they're so. It's like if a big like you don't even expect a big artist to do it, but Kendrick exposed that all of them do. Everybody does. But see, it's no different than like all rappers wearing fake chains and having fake designer. When an artist is so big, you don't even expect them to be on the juice. You don't even expect them to have fake stuff, but it is. But some of them, like Anthony Edwards, the NBA player, he say I wear fake chains all the time because it's me. Everybody thinks it's real. So it's like no, there's a lot that goes under your nose. You just don't expect it because they're already so big. You just naturally assume and come up with this image in your head, idealized image of who you think they are and how accomplished they are. So this happens a lot more than you think. It's just again, y'all be nitpicking, y'all be waiting for like a woman in this game or somebody y'all don't like to slip up or some to see the little stitching on the right side of their shoe be a little off, so you can be the first to like talk shit about them because y'all don't like them or y'all feeling like I'm trying to tell y'all this has nothing to do with Cardi. This is more of just niggas hating. As always, what's new? It's the internet. That's what always happens.
Let them eat cake, go cry about it. I think it's her response is she's right, but this is the thing too. I think artistically it doesn't look great either because we'll give you guys an example from last year. Kendrick Lamar dropped Not Like Us. Kendrick Lamar also dropped Euphoria. Kendrick Lamar dropped diss tracks that would have helped his first week a lot after the Drake beef. Like these are some of the biggest tracks.
But he hasn't not made an album in 7 years. He hasn't not made an album in 7 years, and Cardi B's not as big as Kendrick Lamar. Why are you comparing her to a dude? Compare her to any girl that's been here. It's like people have never been nowhere near your situations. Most of these niggas talking aren't artists. They know nothing about marketability, not even this guy, and especially not being a female artist, which is an uphill battle compared to being a male artist in the rap game at least. And it's like she hasn't dropped in 7 years. Kendrick Lamar dropped Mr. Morale. He dropped all those diss tracks. Those diss tracks could be its own little EP within itself, to be honest. But it was even proven that Not Like Us was botted. Not Like Us was botted to give it the the effect or the image of it seeing as if this was the most streamed song ever in the day or something like that. But it was proven by Drake because he botted a lot of his own shit that it was proven that the shit was botted. So it's did you get it? Goddamn, nigga, stop texting me. I'm trying to. All right, nigga. But you know what I'm saying? So we're not gonna act like you can't compare somebody to somebody who's in a completely different situation, and he kind of did like the bot and shit. So it's like, what's your point of saying this? You're just nitpicking. This nigga just wants something to talk about. He's banned or he got a content strike on his other channel. Yeah, the video didn't do as well. This nigga's just looking for some shit to talk about. I see what this is. I'm a content creator. I see when shit goes a certain way. Yeah, this nigga just wants something to talk about. That's exactly what this is about, bro. Spam, bro. Just spam some more Davey D videos, bro. Everybody's doing it. Come on, it's all right. Just spam some Davey D videos, but bro, stop talking about Cardi. She let the gal rock out. She just trying to sell some albums with her incense, bro. Why y'all niggas gotta hate on the females all the time? I don't get it. I just don't get it.